I'm Justine, and I'm here with your arena fitness tip of the day. Today, we are going to be talking about your butt. Why do we need to talk about this? Well, first of all, people like to train their glutes because they look good. They're also powerhouse muscle in the body, so one of the biggest muscle groups. So when you train them, you get a big bang for your booty buck. The other good thing about training glutes is that you work stability, you work strength. That makes you better at going upstairs, running, jumping, squatting, any kind of athletic activity, golf, tennis, running, anything where you're cutting. So it's really important to make sure that we train the glutes, especially because as Americans, we're really sedentary. So when we sit at our desks all day, when we're in the car, when we're sitting on the couch, on our phones, we're deactivating our glutes, deconditioning them. And so we need to make sure that they're really active before we go and start doing squats, deadlifts, any kind of jumping, athletic activity. Now it's gonna help keep our knees safe, our hips safe, and prevent low back pain. So the first thing to do if you wanna work your glutes is squeeze your butt. Literally stand and squeeze. When we don't use our glutes because we're sitting on them all the time, we lose that mind-muscle connection. So start by just squeezing your butt. Imagine you've got like a $500 bill in between your butt cheeks. You don't want to let it drop. Squeeze them tight. 30 seconds on and then relax. That's going to start building those muscle connections. The next thing once you get there is you can start to move and train your glutes in different ways. So one of the most basic glute exercises is going to be your glute bridge. So you're going to come down onto the floor or a mat. You're going to bring your heels under your knees. You're gonna squeeze your butt and lift your hips up. You're going for full hip extension, and you wanna keep your rib cage down as opposed to a yoga bridge where you would lift high through your shoulders to get a spinal extension. Again, focus on squeezing the glutes. And once you get comfortable with a two-legged glute bridge, you can start doing single-leg glute bridges. You can bring your heels up onto a bench, lots of different variations. But again, always focusing on squeezing your butt. Another exercise you can do is to come on your hands and knees. Keep your abs braced, lift it up, and then you're gonna lift. Focusing on the squeeze in your butt and the brace in your belly. So many times in the gym, I see people like getting really swoopy with it here, really high lifts. And what that's doing is creating flexion through your spine, which takes the work out of your butt. So when you're doing these exercises, whether you're pushing up to the sky or pushing straight out, you want to keep the spine really still. The hip stays in line. And again, focusing on that squeeze in your butt. Another exercise you can do is going to work your glutes in a little bit different way, and that's going to help with your stability. So you can take a band and you can bring it up above your knees. I recommend above the knees if you're just getting used to training your glutes, and then as you start to develop strength, you could work it down around your ankles. If you have one of the special booty bands or glute loops, you're gonna wanna keep it up above your knees. From here, toes stay forward, and you can walk to the side, each way. Now look at the feet. You wanna keep the toes pointed forward. When you're weak through your glutes and your hips, the tendency is going to be to turn your foot because your quads want to help. We want to take the work out of the quads. We do a lot of it in classes, running, everyday activities. We want to train the glutes so they help us stay stable. Doesn't matter how big you're stepping, as long as you have the tension here, core nice and tight, and shoulders parallel. When it gets tough, the other parts of the body tend to want to help. So we see this. Leaning into it, turning the feet. It's all about the control. Keeping it nice and steady and through. So those are just a couple different exercises that you can use to start training strength and stability in your glutes. And remember, it's important, it keeps you safe in everyday activities, reduces pain in your knees, your hips, your low back when you're training strength, and it's gonna make you look kind of good from the back. So enjoy and happy glute work.